In today's video, we're doing all new fall Dollar Tree DIYs. Now for this first DIY, we're gonna make one of my favorite fall DIYs to make, which is an acorn. So you're going to need 2 bowls for this project. You can get them at Dollar Tree or the thrift store. The 2 that I have are from the thrift store. So you wanna get 1 bowl that's in kind of a round shape, and then you also want a bowl that you could use as a topper piece. So let's start with our topper piece. This is the bowl I found. It was gold. I spray painted it brown to look like the top of an acorn. And I did the underside, let that dry, and flipped it over and spray painted the top. I wanted it to have texture like you would see on an acorn top, so I used a stone spray paint to spray the entire top layer. Now while that's drying, I'm going to focus on the base of my acorn. Now do you guys remember when I got this thrifted sweater? I used it in a pumpkin DIY in another video. Well, I had a little bit left, so I'm going to use that to wrap my acorn. So I'm gonna cut off a piece that's going to fit on my acorn, and then I don't want it to have too many folds, so I want it to fit nicely around my face. I'm going to start by hot gluing it in the front and then pulling it up on the back. If I have any extra that I need to fold, I'll try to make the folds as minimal. I'm going to cut off any excess at the top and hot glue it in place. Now to attach the top bowl, you could use anything. You could use hot glue, E6000 to glue the top piece on. Now I wanted to do a natural stem, so the way I do this is I will get a stick from outside, trim it down, and then I'm going to use hot glue to attach it to the center of my acorn. The other thing I like to do is add a little bit of moss. This just gives a more realistic look around that top stem. And here's how the acorn turned out. I just got in my HelloFresh order, and I want to thank HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. HelloFresh is America's #1 choice for home cooking. They've doubled the size of their menu to offer 100+ recipes each week. I have like no time to cook in the evening, so I really like these 20-minute meals. They send me all the ingredients and these easy to follow recipe cards. Tonight we're making pesto and walnut panko cavatappi. So you're gonna get all the pre-portioned ingredients you need to make your meal. We just entered my busy time of the year. I have 0 time to cook. I can barely even think about what I want to cook, so I love that HelloFresh sends the meals to me. I can spend 20 minutes putting it together and I have a great dinner. The pasta's cooking. Now we're gonna brown up the walnuts and panko. Now it's all gonna come together. I'm putting in the pasta. I'm also gonna put in pesto and cream cheese. We're done. I'm just gonna add it to our bowl. Doesn't that look so good? Now, if you want to try out HelloFresh, and I definitely think you should, you can use my code LizFenwickFM at HelloFresh.com, and you can get 10 free meals plus breakfast for life. You'll get 1 free meal per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box, new or returning subscribers only. Varies by plan. Sign up today. You can click below and use my code LizFenwickFM at HelloFresh.com. Have you guys seen this ghost wreath on Pottery Barn's website and wondered how to recreate it? Well, I'm gonna show you how to do it today. So you're going to need several foam pieces. And if you can find them in white, that's gonna be so much easier for this project because you won't have to paint them. So I wasn't able to find the white ones at Dollar Tree. I ended up picking them up at Michael's. So you're going to need a foam wreath form. You're also going to need some foam balls. I used 12 for my project. You're also going to need some cheesecloth. I bought a big pack of cheesecloth at Walmart, and if you're looking for the links to any of these products, I will link them in the description box below so you can find all the craft supplies that I'm using. So the first thing I needed to do was figure out how long I needed to cut my cheesecloth. So I knew I was going to make 1 ghost and then make a template from there. I cut as much cheesecloth as I thought I would need, and then I wrapped it around 1 of the foam balls, and I realized I wanted to do 2 layers. So each of my foam balls are going to have 2 pieces of cheesecloth wrapped around. They don't have to be fancy. Honestly, they look better when they're frayed at the bottom. I'm also going to be using floral pins to stick them into my wreath. So I started by sticking the first one at the top. once I figured out how much cheesecloth I needed, I cut several pieces so they were the exact same size. So I needed 24 pieces because I have 12 foam balls that will end up being ghosts. So then I just started to work my way around, wrapping one of the foam balls with 2 pieces of cheesecloth, and then I used the floral pins to stick them in place. Now you're going to notice that around the top, I stuck all the ghosts on top of the wreath. As I was going down, I left a little bit more space, and then the ghost I actually put at the top of my wreath, because if I put them on the front, they would hang down just a little bit too low. You want to really look at your placement, and that will give it that nice Pottery Barn wreath look. Now, once you get all your ghosts in place, you have to add on the ghost eyes. You could do this however you wanted. I just bought an oval cutter off of Amazon, and I'm going to be using some black cardstock. I will cut out several ovals in my black cardstock and use hot glue to attach them to my wreath. And here's how my wreath turned out. So I wanted to show you guys how you could decorate your front porch for fall. Now, if you remember last year, I did up my entire front porch. I added these great fall LED trees on either side of my door. They look so pretty at night. I also added in some faux stems that I bought off of Amazon. These are great because you don't have to water them and they look great all season. I also added some solar lights to my step, a new rug, and I also added in a new wreath. Now, if you're looking for any of these items, I will link them for you down below in the description box, or you can scan this QR code right here to take you to all those items. Now, this year we're doing something a little bit different. We have our wreath on the front door that we just made, but I also wanted to add some other items. So the first thing we're going to be adding are these stackable pumpkins from Dollar Tree. Now, you may remember last year they had them in the orange color. They also had the white. Well, we couldn't find the white, but we finally found them. Now, these are in the plus section. So we're going to be stacking up 2 of the white pumpkins on either side of my front door. I'm going to be using the planters that I've been using all summer long. They are from Home Depot, and I just put a foam piece in the bottom, and then I got some cardboard boxes to build it up as high as I wanted it to be. If you want it to be more stationary, add some rocks to the side. I'm also going to add in some moss around the edges so you can't see any of my filler pieces. Now, to make it even cuter, I bought some house numbers off of Amazon. I'm gonna pull these off and stick them to my pumpkins. I think this is gorgeous for fall. Now, what else am I going to have sitting out? I have these 2 faux bushes from Amazon. They are still available. I just put them in these black planters. And then I also ordered some other faux stems off of Amazon that I'll place in these white planters that I had out for spring. So reuse what you have and just repurpose them for the season. I'm also reusing the rug that I've had out since spring, and here's how the entire look turned out. I love decorating my house with books, especially for the fall. I went to the thrift store. I was looking for some books that were in my fall colors. I always love to add in blue. I know that's not a traditional fall color, but it works in my house because I have so much blues and greens. And then I also found this gorgeous orange color and browns. Browns, I feel like, are such a strong fall cozy look. So I'm going to stack all those up in my living room. To dress this up even more, I wanted to add these Dollar Tree vases. They have these ceramic vases out right now. I also ordered some stems off of Amazon. Now, I feel like these stems are perfect for fall, and they match really good with that orange book that I have. Now, these stems are a little bit long, and instead of cutting them off, I'm just going to bend them and place them into my container. Now, I also wanted to add in another element. Have you guys seen these figurines that they sell at Dollar Tree? Well, it reminded me of this figurine that they have on Anthropologie's website, and it looked like they put Quikrete on it, and that's one of my favorite things to do. So I picked out a figurine that I liked, but I accidentally dropped it. So I did have to do a little bit of repair. I used some E6000 to put its little ear back on. It was good as new, especially since I was going to Quikrete it. So I mixed up Quikrete with water. I wanted it to be a really thick consistency. Another thing I like to do with Quikrete is if you're wanting to give a certain appearance, you're wanting it to be darker, you can add paint to make your Quikrete turn out darker or lighter. So I added in a little bit of black paint, mixed that in before I added it to my piece. Next, I'm just going to be putting a layer of the Quikrete on the entire piece. You want to make sure that it's completely covered because we're not going to be painting it. So you want to make sure that none of that old figurine is showing through. So cover it completely. Let it dry overnight, and here's how it turned out styled in my grouping. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Comment the word of the day, which is fall. These cute little orange jars they have out in the Halloween section at Dollar Tree, and I wanted to style them in my house. So I started by removing the labels on there. And I had to use a little bit of my Goo Gone to get off the residue. Now I wanted them to look similar to a pumpkin. So I found some eucalyptus leaves that I had in my craft room, and I'm gonna be using 1 leaf per jar. And I just hot glued it to the stem of the jar. Then I'm gonna be using some twine, and I'm gonna start by hot gluing the twine to the back, and then I'll wrap it around the stem, hot gluing it in place. And I repeated this with the other 2 jars. And you guys will have to let me know, but I think these look like little pumpkin jars. Do you guys see these wood craft pieces and you're wondering, how can I use this in my house? How can I make it look more high-end? Well, let me show you. I found this wood acorn at Dollar Tree. I started by staining it. I feel like that's one of the first things you can do to really elevate these pieces. So I went with a medium stain. The way I like to stain is with a foam brush. I'll take the foam brush, wipe on the stain, and I'll put it on the entire piece. Anything excess, I will wipe off with a paper towel. Now, I like to let my stain dry overnight, especially if I'm gonna be gluing something on here. Now, I thought it would be cool to add a fall print to the outside of my acorn. You could do this by getting a fall napkin. You could also get a print on Etsy. I have this one book that I thrifted, and I know you guys could find something similar, and it has so many great photographs in there. I mean, I have used this book in so many projects. I'm sorry if you guys are sick of seeing this, but I found a fall color style print, pulled that out. I'm going to place my acorn on the print where I want to use it. And then I just drew around the outside, cut it out, and then made sure it fit on my acorn, and I just attached it with a little bit of E6000. That was all I did, and I'm gonna be using this in my living room as a remote holder. If you're wondering what colors to add to your home this season, I feel like this burgundy color is very popular on a lot of high-end sites. I wanted to try to make some of the Dollar Tree stems look a little bit more high-end. Now, I think with the prices going up at Dollar Tree, we could definitely use some better quality stems because the stems lately have not been cutting it. So I found these pomegranates, and I decided to take the pomegranates off. Then I removed all the leaves from the stem because a lot of the high-end ones don't have leaves on them. They're just kind of the stems. And my idea was, let's spray paint them a burgundy color. So I spray painted them on one side, let them dry, flipped them over, spray painted the other side. Then I placed them back onto their bases. And I was going to put them in this ceramic vase from Dollar Tree just by themselves, but they weren't really standing alone very well. So I found these little wheat stems I had. I think I got these from Hobby Lobby last year, but I thought combining the two really kind of did the trick. So sometimes you just have to try some different options, see what's going to work. But in the end, I feel like they turned out really great. There's so many great pillow cover options that you can get fairly affordably off of Amazon. And I showed you guys an orange pillow in one of my last videos. I have this other one that's a little bit more neutral. So if you're looking for a neutral option in your home, this is a great one. It's a pillow cover. You can stick it on any of your existing pillows and really just update your space. I'll put a QR code right here if you want to find these pillows, or I will link them for you down in the description box below. I have a really fun pumpkin craft for you. So you guys know these gold oval frames, they've had them now out for a while. We're gonna try to turn this frame into a pumpkin. So we're gonna start by painting the decal up top green. This was fun to do. I just found a green that was a little bit darker, and using one of my detail brushes, I painted the entire piece. Now I was able to get away with just doing one coat, but if your acrylic paint is a little thin, go back and do a second coat. Next, I wanted to make a stem, and I decided to do the paper bag stem. So to do this, you're going to need craft paper. I've done this before, and it's one of my favorite stems to do. You're also going to need some Mod Podge. If you didn't have Mod Podge, you probably could get away with using maybe like a Elmer's glue would work as well. Using a foam brush, I'm going to create a circle using the Mod Podge on one side of my paper. I'll flip it over and do another circle with the Mod Podge. Now, you may want to wear gloves, which I should have done because it gets a little messy. You're going to start in the center and you just want to twist up your paper. You're essentially trying to create a stem. So you're just going to twist it off. Now, this is subjective. Stems all look different. So just kind of move it until you're happy with it. I also kind of made sure that I liked the way it looked because I knew I was going to put it on the top of my frame. So depending on where you're going to put it, sometimes I've done this and it's sat in the middle of a pumpkin. You want the edges to be able to disperse evenly in that setting, but since I'm going to be putting it on the back of a frame, I wanted it to be flat. I'm going to remove the backing, and I'm also going to unscrew the backing pieces. Next, I'm going to concentrate on the interior. So I bought this table runner at the thrift store. You may have something on hand that you can use or a piece of lace. Next, I'm going to figure out which piece of the lace I wanted to cut out and add to my frame. Once I have that, I'm going to cut excess, and then I'll hot glue it on the back, pulling it as tight as possible. And you don't want to use too much glue because it might show on the edges, so just use minimal glue. And then if you can see any on the outside of the frame, just cut that off. Once you let your stem have a chance to dry, you can hot glue that to the back as well. And here's how this pumpkin turned out. Now, I have to say, I normally don't shop at Michael's, but I have found a lot of craft supplies there lately that I'm not able to find at other stores. So one of the things I was able to find were these tapered candles for fall. They had all of these great colors. So if you're wanting to create like this Pottery Barn look where they have all these different colored fall candles, go to Michael's. You can get them so much cheaper. I'm gonna style some of mine in my black tapered candle holders, and don't worry if they all don't match. I think they look better being a little bit unique and different. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite DIY was. I love knowing your opinion. And make sure you subscribe because I want to see you back here, and I'll see you in our next one. Bye.